have the main event, Paul. We have Jason Ball versus Abdul Muhammad.
Yeah, a really interesting match, this one. Jason Ball is as tough as they come, and Abdul Muhammad, well, he needs no introduction in.
Yeah, Abdul is the cage age British lightweight champion.
He's moved up a weight, obviously. He's fighting at 77 today, but no matter what weight Abdul's in, he always looks in shape. He's genetically gifted, isn't he?
He is, yeah. I mean, Abdul, he's a natural 73, 74 kilo fighter, so he's in between two weights, and he can pick a fight, you know, to what suits him. He's picked this one at 77. He prefers the weight of 70 kilo, but at this fight, and a nice double leg and a takedown slam. That's what he's known for. Abdul the Slam Man.
And a nice walk over to the cage side there, Ian, just to keep him squashed up against the side there.
Yeah, Abdul's well experienced. I mean, but the thing is, Jason Ball, I like this guy. I've commentated on a few of his fights in the past, and I've noticed with every fight he's getting better and better.
In my eyes, he's the most calmest fighter in the country. He's expressionless, he doesn't give anything away, no matter if he's under pressure or whether he's on top, it makes no difference.
Jason using the cage to his advantage. This is the first time throughout this tournament that we've seen someone use the cage to stand back up.
Another big lift there, Ian.
Yeah, Abdul, well known for his takedowns. I mean, he doesn't just do a double and take them flat in the back. He likes to lift them up and slam them.
You know, since he's, I know he's training with Paul Hamilton now. He's obviously a very good Thai guy. Abdul doesn't seem as aggressive on the ground as he used to be.
Well, for the record, Paul, Abdul used to train with me, but it's been approximately 2 years since he was last at my gym. He did come back, you know, for a one-off training session, and even my students noticed that his wrestling just wasn't up to scratch, but hopefully this will not show during this fight. You know, I mean, obviously Abdul's close to my heart. I followed him all the way throughout his career, but I think with the guys he's training with at the moment, they're just not pushing him as hard as what my lads were.
He's saying that he's thrown some nice punches there, but again, Jason, this is Jason's domain. He doesn't flap under pressure, you know. He's a very, very calm fighter. Thinking.
Abdul controlling Jason's ankles. He's going to try and look to pass guard and get side control.
He's looking for the big shot there, but again, I mean, I've said it before, he seems to be, you know, maybe thinking a bit too much.
Jason's still doing a very good job there. He might be on his back, but he's defending well. He's not letting Abdul have all his own way.
Well, Ian, if you remember the last fight against Kamatakuru, Jason was underneath the whole.
Wow, that was he, you know, Cam looked really well. He was dominating the fight, and you know, Jason came back and pulled off a beautiful win.
Yeah, you can't stop him. He's again, because
you can never count him out.
No, definitely not. And because he gives so little away, nice, got to his feet beautifully.
Beautiful strikes as well. Jason's stand-up is a little bit better than Abdul, so Abdul has to be very careful. Now, this is what I mean. You were talking about Jason's domain. This is Abdul's domain. I mean, he's a very good wrestler from up against the cage. More so when he's actually controlling the guy up against the cage, but his takedowns from that position are second to none.
Well, there's no better in the UK is active at this moment. Abdul is obviously well renowned for them takedowns, but again, see, because of he's obviously practicing more stand-up, and now he's turned into a stand-up fighter. Does that make sense?
I couldn't agree more with you, Paul. I mean, he's been training with Paul Hamilton, as you said earlier, and I think he's trying to direct himself more to a stand-up fighter than what he is actually known for, which is a ground grappler and a fantastic wrestler. I think he's forgetting where his roots are.
But what he's doing, he's falling into Jason's domain, and what he should be doing is taking the opponent out of his game.
Yeah, Jason's a very good stand-up fighter. He's not the kind of guy you want to risk that. I mean, there's Abdul going for the takedown now. I mean, Abdul knocked out Ross Poynton in his previous match.
That's right, on Cage Rage, yeah.
Yeah, on a spinning back fist. And I think that has given him hope of being a stand-up fighter. But I think he needs to go back to his roots, because that's the only way he's going to beat Jason.
And I mean, he seemed just to amble over to the cage side there. Do you think he's going to try and keep it stood up? Or, I mean, the old Abdul would have looked for a takedown by now.
Abdul looks for takedowns all the time in his previous fights. Like I say, he doesn't train with me now. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know how much groundwork he's doing. I don't know how much stand-up he's doing. I don't know who his training partners are. But
he's in a good position now, though, Ian.
Yeah, well, normally Abdul would rain down some big blows and big elbows. Let's see if he actually does that now. I mean, as we know, Abdul's not that great at submissions, but his wrestling is second to none.
He's got his arms free there, but again, he was tempted to go
He
back
wa-
up to the
I
feet.
was,
then.
yeah, you just took the words right out of my mouth. I was thinking he's never going to try and stand up now, and he's worked for that takedown. But no, he's in the guard of Jason Ball. And there's the end of the first round.
I think obviously domination and more of the takedowns. That first round will go with Abdul, but Jason is very much in this fight.
Oh, definitely 1 point in it, I think, in that first round. Abdul taking that first round. Do you think you'll see more takedowns by Abdul in this round?
If his cornermen have had a good word with him, that's what he should be looking for. But Jason Ball, to me, doesn't even look like he's out of breath.
He looks fresh, doesn't he? Looks very, very fresh.
Moving really well. He's got a very good boxing coach on board, and the rest of his training is he's coached by Mick Shaw. But yeah, the guy's just tough anyway. I really like him.
I mean, Abdul's stand-up is, I mean,
Nice.
he has a beautiful kick.
Nice.
Abdul's stand-up is a lot better than it was when he was training with me. He's obviously gone to the good coach, but we need to see the old Abdul back because Jason has got a good stand-up game.
Yeah, and again, you have to tailor your training to the opponent, Ian.
Yeah, definitely. And there's Mick Shaw in the corner there of Jason Ball giving him advice.
Jason clinching up well, but again, I'd want to be staying away from that nice knee attempt from Abdullah.
Nice. He's gotten the double and a beautiful takedown.
Beautiful takedown. Again, Jason tying him up well. He's quite comfortable on his back. Abdul, like we said, he wants to be raining down shots ideally. Do you know, I don't think I've seen one elbow.
No, that's the thing. I mean, cage rage, there isn't any elbows. I don't know if for Abdul's last fight, he hasn't been training the elbows. He hasn't been, getting his mind, ready for the elbows, and he's just totally forgot all about them in this round.
It is confusing for fighters, isn't it, to train to different sets of rules. Do you think, obviously it would be a benefit if we all sung off the same. Nice, is he going to get that? Not with Abdul, surely.
His elbow's slightly out there.
Yeah.
The elbow's slightly out. But it wasn't far off, my fault. It wasn't far off at all.
And he's rangy as well, Jason. He's got them long limbs as well.
Yeah, it'd be good for triangle with Abdul's size as well.
I've never known Abdul to be triangled away in a
No, his submission defence is quite good. And there's Abdul bringing down some good, lovely strikes.
Yeah.
Abdul is actually controlling this fight. He's doing really well, but he's just not as explosive as we used to see him in the past.
Yeah. Maybe he's calmed down with age, Ian. A bit like yourself.
Well, of course. But we know that's a lie. So Abdul Muhammad in the guard of Jason Ball, throwing down strikes. Jason doing very well, trying to block the shoulders of Abdul so that he can't strike.
Again, it doesn't look like too many's landing.
Jason got the single. Is he going to reverse him? But he gets back up
to his feet.
Oh,
And
beautiful
the
takedown.
Mind you, he just seemed to walk out of that, Abdul. Again, showing his strength. Do you know what I think Abdul has now thought? I don't want to stay stood up anymore. I want to look for the more takedowns now.
As well, I mean, sometimes when you get into the fight, especially when it goes into the latter rounds, I think instinct kicks in more than anything else.
Yeah, you go back to what you do best, isn't it?
Abdul taking a short breather there. That's one of the things I taught him. If you ever want to breathe, they put your hand on the biceps as he got there. Take a little rest and then start throwing your bombs again.
Yeah.
But to me, a rest is something like 2 seconds.
Yes.
No longer than 3. You start resting longer than that, then you give your opponent a chance to reverse you. You give him a chance for the referee to see a lack of action and stand back up. And this is something you've got to train day in, day out.
Nice overhand left there by Abdul. Again, Jason is because he's so active on the ground. I think he's occupying Abdul's mind.
Yeah, Jason now with a butterfly guard. Will he try reversal here? If he lifts Abdul up, he could actually turn him over.
Both fighters now picking it up, you know, they are getting a little bit more accurate with the shots. Obviously, the tireder people get a little bit more accurate at times. Hands are dropping. But again, Jason, he's a real pain in the backside with them legs in.
Well, his legs are a hell of a lot longer than what Abdul's are, and Abdul's taking a risk by moving back there because he can be kicked in the head.
Jason should have been up there, though. He should have been back to his feet than he was going to. A little bit of indecision.
Well, hopefully Jason can use the cage like he did last time in the first round. He used the cage to its advantage.
Big
and
shots
straight
there.
back up.
Big shots.
Going for the triangle. He's a little bit out of it. Abdul totally dominating this
Turned
round
his
now.
back, but he's just going to roll. He's going to roll. Come back to a decent position there.
Abdul taking the comfortable stance of half guard instead of moving to side control. Abdul's actually trying to push himself back into guard there. I mean, when I say that, I kind of think, yeah, you're looking for a comfort zone instead of trying to work.
Again, both fighters seem to be blowing a bit more now. I know Jason seems to be feeling it a little bit. He has spent a bit of time on his back this time, defending or staying safe. Make sure shouting encouragement again there. How important is a good corner man, Ian?
Well, if you listen to them, and there's the second round. But I was just saying, Paul, if you listen to your corner man during a fight, they are very, very important. Very important, because basically you've got two sets of eyes, you've got your own, you've got his, you've got two minds working together, and all it takes is one little shout of encouragement and you can pull off a submission. Something that he sees just a quick second before you do. Well, Abdul taking 2 rounds in my eyes, Paul.
Yes, I've got to agree. He is the most dominant fighter. Jason straight at him, Ian.
Oh,
he's been told he's behind, and he's coming out.
He's got to have a submission or a knockout in this round. Oh,
nice
beautiful
kick.
High kick. Never seen Abdul kick so high.
And Jason is the taller fighter. That front kick went straight through. There's the takedown. You just know it's coming. As soon as he gets hold of something, you know he's going to put you down.
But let's not take anything away from Jason Ball. I mean, Abdul Muhammad is one of the best fighters in the country for his weight.
I think he's still ranked. I think he's ranked number 4 at his weight in Europe, Ian, as well. So
wow, that's high rankings.
But Jason is a warrior. That's nice.
Oh, beautiful transition.
Nice.
That is in deep. Abdul wants to be careful. He wants to be very careful. He was lucky to slam him out of that.
Do you know, I thought he had that. I really thought he had that. There was a grimace on Abdul's face, but credit to him. Didn't panic.
I was really impressed with that attempt.
He thinks I am having that again. He's going down. Jason wants to keep this stood up. I think he's going to have a lot more success stood up. He seems to be tiring him out. Taking the fight to him.
Nice takedown. Like I said, that's Abdul's forte, the takedowns. I don't think there's anyone, you know, even slightly heavier than Abdul who can stay on the feet.
I've obviously trained with him the times that you have brought him down to train with Tengiz and the lads, and I used to like the little bit of in-camp rivalry between Abdul and Hassan.
Yeah. I mean, I think Abdul's still training with Hassan. Hassan took a little time off. He's now back into action. I think Hassan's coming back into the fight game at a lighter weight category. I think he's dropping from 84 to 77. But I think that is the only good grappler that Abdul Muhammad has at the moment, and I think, you know, it's shown slightly. I'm not saying that he's doing bad against Jason. He's doing really, really well. But because I know Abdul like the back of my hand, he's not shown the impressive wrestling skills that I've seen in the past.
But let's not take anything away from... Oh, nice stamp through there. Is Jason having a minute? Yeah, he's just having a minute.
Yeah, both guys will be very, very tired. We're now into the, the 12th or 13th minute coming up now. So
once again, there, it showed we had a little bit of mix between rules there, as Abdul thought that he could stamp to the opponent there. He come through, he stamped. Cage Rage obviously used to allow it with the open guard rule.
Yeah, the heel kicks are normally allowed from there. You can do an axe kick from the open guard, but on a lot of shows you're not allowed to stomp. But like I say, that you've got to adapt yourself to each rules, and that's why rules meetings are so important.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, a failed takedown attempt there by Abdul, but he took as well.
Tired.
Abdul must know in his mind now. All he has to do is just last out this round and he's won the fight.
Yep. And Jason also, as you can see, he's starting to stalk him now. He's going to go at him. He has to put him down. He has to knock him out or submit him, like you said earlier.
But it'll not be the first time that we've seen Jason come back and win a fight from being behind.
Definite.
And he's defending the takedown really, really well. And just as we say that, Abdul gets a double, but he's not going down. He is not going down. Beautiful defence there by Jason Ball. Sprawling well.
Nice elbows there. He's took him down though nicely. Side of the cage as well. Like you said, all Abdul has to do really is stay safe for the round. He's got 2 rounds in. But do you know what I'm impressed with, Jason? I think, you start off the fight, you think, I'm fighting one of the best fighters in Europe. You're a little bit intimidated. But as the fight goes on, Ian, we see the confidence grow.
Yeah, that's right, Paul. That's right. I mean, with a bit more experience behind Jason, I think he's going to go a long way, to be honest.
And it's these fights that do it, isn't it?
Yeah. The fights they never won, but it's against the guys that they fought. They've proven themselves. And again, he's going for that arm, but Abdul sees it slightly earlier than what he did last time. Abdul resting a bit there, holding the biceps, resting the head.
Jason pushing him away. He wants to get that space to punch or something nice.
Well, he has to be careful, Abdul, because he's well known for cutting very easy. He's got very paper thin skin. And he goes back down to a safety position, back in the guard.
What weight would Abdul normally walk around at?
Abdul walks around about 73, 74 kilos natural. He drops down to 70, he cuts weight. He actually tries to eat as much as he can if he's fighting somebody 77.
Yeah.
So
he really struggles to put that weight on.
Yes, he does. He struggles. He's not a natural 77 fighter. Yeah, I think the heaviest he's been is 76, and that was out of weight. And there we go, end of the 3rd round. And in my view, I give 3 rounds to Abdul Muhammad, but very closely followed by Jason Ball.
Yeah, certainly. And Jason has just come of age in that fight, I believe, and we'll see a lot more of him.
I think we will. Now we'll hand it over to the MC, and let's hear what the judges have said about this fight, Paul. Yes.
Trophies will be presented by Dave William from Top Team